Hey everyone, I'm Ultraviolent 4. Welcome to a new playthrough of Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. The idea for this series comes from Jeff Pritchard, and his suggestion was for a paladin-like run. So, we're going to be playing a human gladiator of the Shining One. That's the most paladin combo that I can come up with. Human gladiator. Maybe a fighter, but we did a fighter fairly recently with Hillock, so we'll go for something a little bit different. We'll go for a gladiator, and so if you don't know, a paladin is like a holy warrior, a crusader, something like that. So I think the most paladin weapon type, to me at least, is the classic longsword, of course. Human gladiator. Alright. In this game, we'll be attempting a 7th win in a row. You can see there in the bottom right our streak at the bottom. We've won our last 6 games. And yeah. Here, look, gladiator. So if we look at ourselves, turns out we're rather mundane. The human species is kind of the benchmark for all other species. We're normal. Believe it or not, we have human levels of health. We have the standard or human levels of magic resistance. If you have a look at our skill list, our aptitudes are almost universally 0. A few differences: we've got spellcasting at -1, we've got stealth at +1, and invocations at +1. But everything else is purely flat. And that might make you think, okay, so they're the average species, everything's flat. That probably means human is an average level species, right? No, wrong. Humans are actually not one of the super weak species. They're not a naga or a mummy or anything like that. But they're on the weaker side, and that's because they don't excel at anything. So most species will be good at something or other, even if that's something that's really narrow. Like, say, halflings are extremely good at slings, for instance, but a human does nothing well. So you're a jack of all trades, but you're a master of none. So in practice, that means you're fairly weak. What you do have going for you, though, is that as a human, you gain experience really quickly. So you tend, for most places, to be a higher level than you would otherwise. And of course, as you level up, you get more HP and you get more magic points. So, I mean, that does help. You kind of have more HP from most places. A gladiator. We're starting off in a light armor, which is a leather armor. We've got a helmet, our crusader helmet, of course, our longsword, and as a gladiator, you start off with 3 throwing nets, which is really nice. These are pretty good, even with no throwing skill. And look at that, we start off with 2, so we're going to be a throwing master. You can just get destroyed because all your nets in the early game miss, and then whatever it is you're fighting and you wanted to net then kills you. But most of the time, these nets make you pretty survivable. And we don't have any magic or anything like that. So as we see heavier armors, we're going to try to upgrade. I think that's about it. We're going for the Shining One, which is our theme for a Holy Warrior. We'll talk a bit more about the Shining One when we actually find his altar, or we make it to the temple. One of the two, I guess. And yeah, this will be a long journey, I guess, but I'm confident that we can take Zot. Deus Vaulting intensifies. Let's pick our skills. Alright, of course, you want to do your offensive weapon is always your most important skill. So we're going to focus long blades. Throwing, we don't need. It's good at 0 skill, so it's going to be fantastic at 2 already. And then, because we don't have any magic or anything like that, I don't mind training 2 defensive skills, and it's probably actually the 2 that are already on. Fighting, of course, is fantastic for more hit points. Fighting does give you a little bit of extra damage with your weapon, but it's the hit points, that's the main thing you want. And then we're still in a leather armor, so I don't mind having dodging. And I mean, we want the value riposte, right? That is a really long description on Longblade, on Longsword. I'm just reading it. Okay, that's really long. It's Apparently from the conquest of New Spain, 1623, translated by J.M. Cohen in 1963. There you go. There's some history in Crawl, if you weren't aware. Anyway, the reason I was bringing that up, let's go back here. Long blades as a whole give you riposte attacks. So if an enemy misses you, you get a chance to riposte. I think it's been nerfed a couple of times. I think at the moment it's at 25% chance. 33, alright. So a third of the times that a monster misses you, you'll get a long blade retaliatory attack against them. And while you shouldn't meme build your character to go, say, wear robes and max dodging for riposte, you should think of it more like a bonus. But still, by training some dodging, we'll be getting higher EV while we're still in light armor, and we'll get bonus riposte. So there you go. Let's play Crawl. I'm going to test these doors. From memory, no, I don't want to fight a Quokka yet. I was going to say from memory they're all going to be empty, but it turns out that they're not. The Quokka would be quite a dangerous first enemy actually. It can bite for 5, which is a hefty chunk of damage in the early game. But it's this thing here. It is fast, so you actually can't run away from Quokkas. So our first enemy would be quite a hard hitting one that we wouldn't be able to run from. So let's not do that. And I don't know if we should keep doing this. Yeah, we should. So these monsters haven't been waking up. The singing. So the deal with doors in the early game is that you can always shut them again. And a lot of these Dungeon 1 monsters won't be able to open them. But I think because these are all one tile things, if the monster wakes up, they'll immediately step on the door. So actually, once we kill, and look at that, first attack is a free riposte. Once we kill this cockroach, I think maybe we won't keep opening these doors until we feel a bit stronger. Okay. I'm assuming this one's the exit then? No? There's a whip. Okay, so it looks like we're going to have to. I mean, you could technically go look up the starting vault and figure out where exactly the door will be. So I guess we're just going to have to hope that, say, there isn't an early adder or something in one of these. Alright, we're really lucky the Quokka didn't wake up. Alright, so it's this one. Kobold with whip. That's dangerous. We don't have anywhere yet that is a pillar that we can dance around. So to be fighting a kobold with a weapon is really dangerous. If we have a look at whip. Whip is a 6 damage weapon. And the kobold, I think, is a 4 damage. So he can do 10 damage with a max roll with that whip. So I guess we're going to keep trying doors in the hope that, I don't think it will be the case, but maybe one of these doors will also open. I think almost certainly not. This exit was at the middle of the vault. Seems symmetrical. Oh well, maybe we can get a bit more experience from rats and things and not find more Quokkas. I mean, worst case scenario, we do have nets, so we can net the kobold. We could also have 2 attempts, because we could... No, we couldn't really. I was going to say we could run in here and start opening and closing a door, but that's unlikely to happen. Anything else to throw? No. Oh no. Okay. So the kobold has shouted. So we're going to have multiple weapon wielding enemies. We're going to quickly run back and get around the corner so that if the hobgoblin's shout attracted the kobold with the whip, he's hopefully not going to find us. He's just going to wander around and give up the chase. Damn it. Well, we don't really have anywhere we can go. So how do we fight him? I wonder if this is scary enough that we immediately use one of our 3 nets. And I mean, so the monsters break out of it. Usually takes 2 to 3 turns maybe, sometimes a bit longer. Once they break out of the net, your net's destroyed. But it is possible that you can kill them first. And in that case, you get your net back. But I don't know if... I think this situation probably is sketchy enough that we should just use net. For all we know, the kobold is coming as well. We have no tools whatsoever because we just started. No potions, no scrolls. We have nowhere to run. The first we can get is just to this end hallway. And at that point, if it's gone bad because we got hit for 10 damage or 9 damage, he's also he's 5, so it is 10. 5 for the hobgoblin and 5 for his club, so he can hit us for most of our HP in one go. And if it's at that point that we start panicking and we don't have any tools and there's a kobold coming too, it's going to be really nasty. So I'm again going to step around the corner just so if the kobold is coming, hopefully it's not going to find us. And then we're going to throw the nets. Or should I let him step one more tile? Yes, I'm going to step back because if we throw the net at him there, we're going to have to step back to this tile to attack him. And if the kobold is around this corner, it's then going to see us. So I'm going to let the hobgoblin come around the corner, and now we're going to throw the nets. And please don't miss. First one missed, then the kobold's here. Alright. So damn it. Starts like this. I don't know. Does anyone remember my human wanderer that died at experience level 1 while I was on a 9 streak or something like that? It was kind of like this, where just the first enemies of the game just killed us. So I mean, we've got 2 more nets that we're going to have to throw because we've got no other choice here. But, oh boy, there's a good chance we just die here and there's really nothing else we can do. We're stuck in a corner. We don't have any anything to use. No buffs, nothing, no wands. So it's just throw and fight. Again, is it better to throw the nets or to try to hit it with the sword? I think it's better to try to net. Please don't miss. It missed again. Come on, nets. Alright, well this one landed. But our problem is going to be that even if we can kill him here, we're now going to be fighting the kobold with the whip, and we've got no more nets. Alright, we got him in 1. Oh, the kobold's throwing stones, thank God. I can step forward and our net's not there. Did the hobgoblin break out immediately? Wait. Our net isn't there? Did we really lose our net? I don't want to hit G to pick stuff up. Hang on. What can we see? We can see 2 throwing nets. So we actually lost our net then. How? The net hit the hobgoblin. The hobgoblin is caught in the net, struggles against the net. We hit and kill the hobgoblin. But the net's not here. Well, I'm a bit confused about that because my plan was to then pick up the net and then throw it at the kobold. So what does this mean? Well, we have no choice but to fight. But an interesting thing that we maybe could do is say the kobold hits us for 10 here. Oh, also by killing that hobgoblin, we went to level 2. So we've now got 19 HP, which also helps a bit here too. But because the kobold's got stones and it's potentially willing to throw them at us, we get hit for 10. If we step back, rather than follow us, the kobold might decide to throw a stone, in which point we can start closing the door and we can heal up that way. So I feel a bit better about this, but I'm still really mystified by where our net went. Alright, well let's hope he doesn't max roll us. We missed, he missed. We hit but did no damage, he hits us. Oh, he missed. Where's our riposte? And we got him. Okay, good. Let's go back in, we'll shut the door, we'll heal up. Alright, so we are still alive. Let's steal his stones. Let's grab our 2 nets. I am confused about where our 3rd one is, but that's okay. Because that was really rough. Really, really rough start. Another human that, yeah, looked like it was maybe going to streak break us, but we're still alive. I'm going to quiver the stones for now. We can use that to potentially alert monsters to our presence, to bring them to us. But also we can potentially get free damage by throwing stuff. Here's a leopard gecko. Alright. Well, we happen to be experience level 2, which helps. But this is similar to the quokka. It's fast and can bite for 5. So it is quite a dangerous early game monster. We're going to run back. Okay, it can't open doors, so I could technically shut this door, and I could wait for a whole lot and see if maybe it wanders away. Or I could try to get some free damage by throwing stones. Right, well how about I throw a stone and then... Well, we got some damage here, so if we hadn't damaged it, then I could have shut the door, we could have rested and reset. But because we just did a good chunk of damage with that stone throw, and because we're experience level 2 and not 1 anymore, I'm going to fight it. So I'm going to throw one more stone, and then... Come on, sword. Okay. God's will prevails again. Alright, this looks like a pillar, which is why I'm running back this way. It is. Okay, so this little feature here, and it looks like there's another one up there, and we've got a little one here. Now that we've found a pillar like that we can run around to get our HP back, we're much safer. I still don't really want to fight the Quokka yet. We'll come back maybe when we're experience level 3. Alright, that's a fine. Alright, lots more pillars. Yeah, we're much safer now. Some fast monsters like leopard geckos, we obviously can't run around pillars to get our HP back. But anything that's 10 speed, like say the hobgoblins and kobolds, we can absolutely run around. Yeah, this rat. Yeah, this is a good situation. Well, we actually just killed it with that stone. Okay, but I was gonna say, there's all this unknown behind the rat. So we could just run at it with the tab button, and then maybe there are a whole bunch of other monsters. Or we could throw a stone at it like that, and then I wasn't planning on killing it, or rather I wasn't expecting it to die. I was expecting it to just wake up and then run at us, and then we could have run back and we could have just fought the rat on its own. Rather than the rat plus, in this case, nothing else there, but who knows. Could have been 10 other monsters. We're going to do the same thing against the hobgoblin. See, it shouted and it made a hiss, but because we're backing up, hopefully whatever hissed is not then going to find us. I mean, it could be another leopard gecko, but we're going to run him back all the way to this pillar over here, so now we can fight him on his own. He can do 10, we learnt. Good, he goes down. We've got one stone left. I guess we go back there. No, I don't really want to fight a leopard gecko. We'll go the other way. Well, we found a leopard gecko anyway. So it means we have to fight to the death. No other choice. But that's why it might seem like I'm being overly cautious. But this early game, when you're on a species that isn't so strong, just one little misstep or one bad decision or one bad fight can easily kill you. So leopard gecko fights where you're locked in a fight to the death is not something you want to do if you can help it. I mean, we will beat most leopard geckos in a one-on-one fight to the death, but if you don't, then you lose your streak. So why risk it? Alright, we're running back again, but this hobgoblin is just on his own. He doesn't have a weapon, so I'm not too afraid of him. And we're nearly at experience level 3, which will be nice. Alright, that's just a plain short sword. Actually, I may as well throw stones back at him. Level 3? Okay, nice. Alright. Now I feel very good about our character, and I don't mind going back to fight the Quokka, but we've got the choice here. What do we pick for our level up? Well, we're being a crusader, right? So we want to have the heaviest armor possible, which probably means we want to train strength. So we're at 14 at the moment. If we want to have either a crystal plate armor or a gold dragon scales rather, we need 23 strength, which is quite a bit. So I'm happy to level strength. And then maybe later on we could go more dex. Intelligence, I can't see us ever wanting to cast spells. And the dex is nice for riposte, but again, you don't meme build your character around riposte. You don't all in dex. You don't be silly. So you just train more strength, get stronger. And I mean, strength is never wasted because it also, I should be backing up. Let's not get too cocky. Strength gives you additional melee damage. So as long as you're using weapons, you have a use for strength. And it's damage with everything actually. Even throwing stones, throwing projectiles get more damage from strength too. Here's a ring mail, which is slightly heavier. So we've got 4 AC, 13 evasion, which is 17 total. If we put this on, and there's a chance it could just be cursed, but we risk it anyway. 6 and 12, which is 18, so it's better. I think this looks better too. That's a much better looking tile. Also, I hadn't commented, but that red helmet looks pretty baller as well. But even if this had been equal, so it had been 17, I would have preferred it anyway, because AC is generally better than evasion, and that's true even without riposting. I'd rather just live than get free riposte. Sorry, just give me a sec. Oh god, I'm trying to type an SMS under pressure. It's just, I'm just typing gibberish. Alright, there we go, sorry. I needed to do that. Very unprofessional of me. I'm gonna lose all my sponsorships, I'm sure. A leopard gecko. I'm seeing green crystal tiles, which might indicate altars on level 1. So we're gonna run towards those, although it looks like there's no entrance in sight. Alright, I'm not afraid of leopard geckos at all now. I'm making sure that these goblins just have plain daggers. You don't want to meet one who's got a dagger of venom or dagger of elec or anything like that. Get caught by surprise. Is this the entrance? No. This definitely looks like it's some sort of chamber. If we're super lucky, we'll get the shining one on dungeon level 1. I think that's unlikely. But I don't know. You never know. I see trees. No. We've got a ring and a scroll. I think this is just a cool room. Yeah, no altars. Okay, it's in a cross though. I think that's probably a good sign for our paladin that we get this level 1 big massive green cross. Let's go back and fight the Quokka. And I'm just going to auto-explore. I'm not afraid anymore. A note, we're not putting on this ring yet. It could be cursed teleportation. Could be a bunch of things. It's called Ring of Attention now. So until we have Remove Curse, we're not going to be trying any jewelry. Similarly, we don't know what this potion is, so I'm not just going to be quaffing those, nor are we going to be reading stuff. Stone walls could indicate altars. We're going to run immediately towards that again. These scrolls are all singles. If we got a double, I might have read them because it could indicate, or it's a good sign if you got 2 scrolls early. There's Identify or Remove Curse. Alright, let's back up. This is a really big room. Kind of afraid of it actually. This looks like one of those sort of altar things. Alright, there's Gozag. fed us. We got 2 potions. Good chance that's curing. Zom, Hep, and come on, Shining One. Of course. Alright, no Shining One. But if we weren't playing a themed run, and we were already decided that we were going to get the Shining One, it would be a really good idea to pick up one of these gods. Hep, Fedas, or what's this guy? Gozag would all be pretty good. Because the thing is, and this is what I always try to tell people when they're asking, hey, what's a good god for X type of character? Or, hey, what's a good god for an Octopode fighter? Or something like that. The answer is, the best god is usually the first acceptable god that you find. There is a lot of utility and a lot of strength to be gained just by having a god. The earlier the better. So, I don't know, like say, well, I would say the best standard god in the game is Ured. So would I say just pick Ured every game if you want to win? No. If I were trying to win, I would pick one of these, because maybe Ured wouldn't be until D9, whereas we could be Hep, or I've already forgotten their names. We could be one of these now on D2. There you go. I don't want to labor the point, but worship gods when you find them. We got a chainmail here. We're going to go back to the stairs. We don't want to be taking off our armor in the open. We got strength on our natural level up, which is nice. Because we don't want to be caught by some sort of monster, and especially some sort of threatening monster. Like say Sigmund turned up and we were naked. That's not only embarrassing, it's also dangerous. So we're going to come back to the stairs and come back upstairs first. 6 AC, 12 evasion is 18 total. With the chainmail 9 and 8, it's 17 total. So it's technically less, but we got more AC. You know what? I'm going to stick with the ring mail until we get dodging to 4. So we're going to set a skill target, and then we'll start training some armor. And as we train armor, that will make the chainmail better. Okay. The encumbrance on chainmail is 15, so we do have enough strength for that. But yeah, we have dodging, but no armor skill yet, which is why we're actually a bit better off in the ring mail for the moment. And my exploring was bad before. You should try to stick around your stairs, etc., rather than exploring off into, say, this was the only stair that we knew to go back up, and we had explored, look at this, all sorts of areas. To get back to the stair, we had to run. No good. Shouldn't explore like that. Oh, wait, I did fight the Quokka, right? I didn't forget? Yeah, okay, we got the Quokka. Good. Don't want to let a Quokka go unpunished. Our scrolls. Oh, we got 3 of something. Alright, so I'm going to read that. Very likely to be identified. I'm going to stand on the stair though, just in case it's teleport. It's ID. So let's do our potions. Goodbye, Degen. 2 potions of heal wounds this early is really, really nice. It's going to make us very survivable for at least 2 encounters. We've got a little room here with Kiko and Nem. So we've got all sorts of gods, but not the Shining One. I think they're... No. Just trying to see. I don't think there's any space for other altars in here. Alright, and on we go. On to D3. Natasha. Alright, 2 of our stairs here. I don't really want to fight Natasha yet. She's fast. She covers ground quickly. So we talked earlier about how you don't want to fight fast monsters in the early game because you can't run from them. She claws you for 10 damage. She can slow you, and we have no MR. And then she can also call imps and magic dart you, so she's really scary. Oh boy. Okay, this kobold has a Curare blowgun on the beginning of D3. Oh boy, so that, you see that one shot has nearly lethally poisoned us. So we're going to go back up here, or we're going to try to. Well, we definitely will. We'll get back up, but man, that's dangerous. So we don't have curing yet. Fortunately, we do have 2 heal wounds potions, so if he does manage to hit us again and we're lethally poisoned, at least we can quaff healing to try to survive. But we're slowed here, so we could very easily, I could imagine us dying. Natasha could hit us twice with magic darts as we try to go up. I also wonder, no, she couldn't get next to us to go up. Only the monsters that are adjacent to you when you begin going upstairs will follow you. But she could definitely hit us multiple times with magic dart while we're slowed. And this kobold could nail us a couple of times while we're slowed as well. But we got no other choice. That is crazy. Curare kobold to begin D3. Hope we don't die. Let's go up. He missed. Alright, well we're not going back there. Oh no, we have to go back there. I just realized. Both our stairs are there, and you might think, hey, but there are usually 3 stairs on a floor, and that is true, but our 3rd stair is inside this vault that we can't get to. So we have no choice but to go back down to one of these. And we're going to have to potentially fight Natasha or be stuck fighting her at the same time that we're getting curaried, so very poisoned and slowed. What in the hell? Damn it. Okay, well, it's at least better going... Oh, wait, no, we might be okay. Okay, I think we're good. Alright, never mind. This stair that's in that room is the 2nd stair. Alright. Oh, phew. Thank God. Okay. Well, that's, if you can't tell, extremely scary. Just having an early game blowgun kobold is really threatening because there's a very good chance you don't have curing. But to have an early game curare kobold is really dangerous. Here's an orc. I'm immediately backing to the stairs because when you see one orc, good chance there are more. And oh boy, that's a D3 orc warrior. With a dire flail, and this is our only stair. What? Why do we have a D3 orc warrior? What is that? And it's the only stair that doesn't also have Natasha and a curare dude on it. We're gonna examine the orc warrior. It does 20 damage plus its dire flail. How much damage is a dire flail? 13. So we're talking about 33 damage here. And I mean, we have a little bit of guaranteed damage reduction because we're wearing a ring mail. But this guy could come very close to one-shotting us here. Could very comfortably two-shot us. So even just stair dancing him up. Because I was thinking I could stair dance him up and then we'll run around. Oh god, we really can't do that. We could run around and then wait for random energy to get him away from us and we could come back down. But have a look at this. And this is why you check before you make any plays like this. We could come up this stair. The orc warrior might be standing there above us. So we'd have to run this way. And look, dead end. So, as much as this sounds crazy, it is better for us to go fight the D3 Curare Kobold and Natasha combo than it is to fight this D3 Orc Warrior dude with a die flail. What? What is this early game? The game is pissed because we were supposed to die here and now we got some Final Destination type thing going on. We were meant to die, we cheated death, we lost a net in the process, but yeah, we cheated death, so now the game is really out to get us. And I mean, we have nets, we could net the Orc Warrior, but that's not enough. I think actually the best way to kill an Orc Warrior, a D3 Orc Warrior, is actually get the Curare and the blowgun off this guy, and then use that on the Orc Warrior. Oh man, I really, really hope we can just get Natasha or that guy on his own. Okay, he's all the way back there. And Natasha's all the way back there too. Oh man, he actually hit us through that. Well, we're slowed. We're super poisoned. This orc has just got a flail. We do happen to have 2 heal wounds potions, so we can heal twice, but oh, this situation is not good. See how much damage we take just from the curare alone, let alone the other stuff. Well, we don't have much choice. It's either this or a D3 Orc Warrior who could potentially trap us in the corner when we stare dance him, if we do. So this is better, believe it or not. What in the world? What is this? This is another D3 Orc Warrior. There are 2 D3 Orc Warriors. How's that a thing? For a second there I thought, okay, this is really good. The noise has attracted the Orc Warrior up here, but it hasn't. This is another one. This guy's got a sword. Do I just quit? Control Q this? What? Well, I think I found who we're crusading against. It's quite clearly we're crusading against the orcs, and they're sending their best warriors to combat us right now. Well, this stair just got worse than the other one, probably. I mean, yeah, the other one has an orc warrior on D3 with a dire flail, but this one also has an orc warrior, plus Natasha, plus a curare kobold. How do we kill an orc warrior? We have okay, we got another ID, so we can... Well, it doesn't matter. We're going to have to go back upstairs here. Let's try to dance some stuff so we can at least kill a few things. So that stair becomes the worst one again. Alright, well, we ID this other potion we have in the hope that it's, say, invis. It's Agi. Alright, well, Agi helps us. We can quaff the Agi to fight the Orc Warrior. And if we Agi him and we use both our throwing nets, maybe we could kill him. Maybe, if we're lucky. And what if we don't? We've got 2 heal wounds. The question, do we pre-Agi on the chance that he's standing right next to the stair? I think we do. He can 2-shot us. So we can't afford to mess around. It's just better to pre-Agi. And he's not here. Oh, come on, guy. I really want well, in some ways this is okay. Because if the Orc Warrior is not at this stair, we can just maybe actually kind of do this level. Alright. But he's not here. So our Agi's gone. What? There are all these orcs turning up. Fortunately no wizards, no priests, and the warrior hasn't come back. This is crazy though. We've got another 2 scrolls of something, so we'll deal with this guy first. Here's the wizard. Oh boy. Alright, well we definitely aren't ready to be fighting wizards to begin D3. There's a 50% chance that it can confuse us. And if it did that, we know we don't have curing, so there's no way we could get out of that. But we can't go there. Like what is that? That is just absolute nonsense. So we don't really have much choice. What can we do? We can at least throw some stones, maybe. Maybe we can get some free damage. The Puff of Flame hits us. We're missing 34. We also just did some nice damage there. And what's also good about being on the stair is if we get confused, we can try to go back up. Sometimes you fall back down, but at least you won't ever stumble off the tile of the stairs that you're on. So it might take us a few goes, but we could probably get back up. He's gone invis. At this point, I don't want to mess around with him anymore. And what does that tell us? I can do question mark Same button, so /M. We want wizard. That's a wizard. We want an orc wizard. We're gonna have a look what book he has. So he went invis. That doesn't help us too much because there are 2 invis books. He might still have confuse. So we don't know if he is the haste type or the confuse type. Both of those are pretty bad, but probably confuse would be worse because he could just chain confuse us to death. He threw flame, right? Before, when we fought him, it wasn't... He didn't throw ice or frost. It was puff of flame, so that doesn't help us either. Alright, well, we have really no choice but to do this because, again, the other one is just impossibly bad. Well, at least now we can have just the orc wizard. I'm gonna go back up. If he's chain, oh man, that magic dart hurts. But if he's chain confusing us, and an orc warrior turns up, we're super dead. But with how much that just hurt, oh, this pains me so much because we really need these throwing nets for the orc warrior potentially. I think we need to throw nets. He might still have confuse. So if we're hurting for HP and we're getting confused, I just can't even risk it. Yeah, there's the confuse. As you can see, monsters can still shoot spells through nets. Most of the time they will struggle, but they won't always. So all we can do is bumble around and hope that we kill him, that we get lucky. Well, we hit him, so that was lucky, but we need to kill him. And could we please get our net back? No. He's really nearly dead. Oh wait, we can't throw nets anyway, we're confused. We've got the heal wounds. I'm gonna save our last net. He went invis. Damn it. I'm doing this really slowly. Oh, okay, we got him. Again, thanks God. Deus Vault. Oh God, what does it start? Please no orc warrior. Alright, at least we've got a pillar here. We can run around this. So if we find the orc warrior, what can we do? We can pillar dance him forever. Oh, he's back. How do we get rid of this guy? Do we just try to fight him with 1 net? 1 net and 2 heal wounds. Well, we got a bit more HP by making it to experience level 5. Before we had 34, now we're at least 40. So that helps a bit. I mean, orc warriors are not something you should be fighting when you see them early as early as D5 and D6. But a D3 orc warrior is crazy. Our problem here is that, so we're just as fast as he is. We're the same speed. We're both 10 speed. So we can walk around and he should theoretically never kill us. The problem is, walking him around here forever does nothing. Because this is the only usable stair that we have. I mean, we found a downstair. We could... It might actually make sense to just run to that downstair and then just never come back to D3. What could we find on D4 that would be worse than this? Than an orc warrior? Probably nothing. So I think these are the 2 main choices. I either just run for that downstair, hope that for one there's nothing in this fog here, say not even more orc warriors. There could even be an orc priest because we've been fighting all these orcs here. Or we try to stair dance the orc warrior up and we just really hope that he doesn't end up above us so we're trapped in the corner. Because if we're trapped in the corner, we maybe just die. Other options could be to read scrolls. I don't really like that though. Why don't we stand on the stair and we read the 2? It's enchant weapon, that doesn't help us much. Okay, so do we run for the stairs? I don't know. I think it's way too risky to try stair dancing him up here and then he ends above us. We might have teleport, but we don't know that we do, and we'd have to raid randomly to try to find it. Oh god. And he can do, we worked out, 33 damage. So if we're standing there in a corner trying to read scrolls, he could very easily end us. And that's assuming he doesn't just hit us for 33 on the turn that we stair dance him up. So I don't think we can afford to do that. I think we actually just run for the stairs. And nothing in the fog, but we now take a deep breath and we hope that we don't go down and end up adjacent to, say, an ogre or something. Oh no. Oh, okay, it's empty. Let's X that stair out. We're never going back up. And you know what? I actually need a break because I'm super tilted right now. So I'd rather not keep playing. So that's going to be it for episode 1. If you join me for the next one, we'll be looking for Temple. We'll see if we can find a way back up to D3 that maybe doesn't involve Orc Warriors. Unfortunately, one of the ways back up would be back into all those other enemies. But that's it for now. So I'm going to take a bit of a break, going to take some deep breaths and just chill out from this horrendous start. See you all later.